I kicked my disabled brother out the house, changed the locks, and threw out the key. My brother Joseph is high-functioning and 25 years old, but he's just a terrible person. Growing up, he would hit our mom whenever she told him no. He broke our grandma's nose when she was watching us after school once because she wouldn't let him have ice cream. Dad left when we were little, so it was just us and mom trying to deal with him. Last year, Joseph got his girlfriend Kathleen pregnant. She's this sweet girl who works at the grocery store and somehow fell for his fake nice guy act. Their son Lloyd was born with autism too, but he's not high-functioning like Joseph. The kid needs constant care, and both parents helping him. But Joseph doesn't do anything except yell at Kathleen and spend his disability checks on sports betting apps. Kathleen would show up at our door with bruises on her arms. She'd make excuses, but we all knew Joseph was hitting her just like he hit mom and grandma. I tried to help by buying diapers and formula for Lloyd when Joseph blew through their money. Mom would watch the baby while Kathleen worked her shifts, but there was only so much we could do. 3 months ago, mom told Joseph he needed to get a job or get out. He responded by shoving her into the kitchen counter so hard she needed stitches on her forehead. I wanted to call the cops, but mom begged me not to because she didn't want him to have a record. I started driving Joseph to job interviews myself. The first one was at a warehouse and they kicked him out after 20 minutes. The manager said Joseph kept making comments about the female employees' bodies. The second interview at a restaurant ended with Joseph throwing a menu at the owner because he asked about Joseph's work experience. The third one was at a car wash, and Joseph just walked out halfway through because he said the manager was stupid. The last interview was at an office building downtown. I waited in the car for an hour before I saw a police cruiser pull up. My stomach dropped as I watched 2 officers go inside. 10 minutes later, they came out with Joseph between them. He wasn't in handcuffs, but the officer was holding his arm tight. Your brother tried to corner the hiring manager in her office, the cop told me. She's not pressing charges, but he's banned from the building. Joseph just laughed in the car on the way home like it was all some big joke. That night, I heard Kathleen crying through the walls again, and Lloyd screaming because he needed his special food that Joseph forgot to buy. The next morning, I waited until Joseph left for his daily trip to the gas station to buy scratch-offs. I called a locksmith and had them change every lock on the house. I packed all his stuff in garbage bags and left them on the lawn. When Joseph came back and couldn't get in, he started pounding on the door, screaming that I couldn't do this to him. "I'm disabled. This is illegal," he yelled. I didn't answer. Mom was crying in her room, but she didn't stop me. Kathleen came by that afternoon to get Lloyd's medicine and saw Joseph sitting on the lawn surrounded by his bags. Something in her face changed when she saw him like that. She looked tired, but also angry in a way I'd never seen before. "Where are we supposed to go?" she asked him. "This psycho locked me out," Joseph screamed, pointing at the house. "When I get back in there, I'm gonna make him pay." Kathleen walked to her car and came back carrying something. It happened so fast I barely saw it through the window. She swung a crowbar and hit Joseph right in the side of the head. He dropped immediately and started shaking on the ground. His whole body was jerking around and foam was coming out of his mouth. "Call 911!" Kathleen screamed, dropping the crowbar. I ran outside, but Joseph's seizure was getting worse. His eyes had rolled back and blood was pooling under his head. By the time the ambulance arrived, he wasn't moving anymore. The paramedics worked on him for 15 minutes, but they couldn't get him back. They pronounced him dead right there on our front lawn. The police arrested Kathleen immediately. She didn't resist or try to run. She just kept saying she didn't mean to kill him and that she was sorry. At the trial, her lawyer showed pictures of all her bruises and medical records from the emergency room visits. 3 of Joseph's ex-girlfriends testified about him abusing them too. The jury found her guilty of manslaughter, but the judge only gave her 10 years because of the abuse evidence. That was 6 months ago. Lloyd lives with me and mom now. I drive him to his special school every morning, and Kathleen calls from prison every Sunday to talk to him, even though he doesn't really understand. I put money in her commissary account and send her pictures of Lloyd making progress with his therapist.